You know that I'm a strummer singer, and I have been working on my chord soloing. This is an example of that, and but in order to do that, I've worked on my chord bars, and I did do an exercise called kickball, starting at the 5th fret. And you can go to that video and see how that goes, but that gave my hands more strength and dexterity. You younger players may be thinking, what's the big deal? But us old people, when you start learning something new as you age, your hands don't cooperate, and so it does take more exercise, take practice in a different way than it does for a younger person who has more agile and nimble hands. So as you do that exercise, it'll give your hand more strength. As I started doing that exercise, I started hearing Ain't She Sweet, but playing it at the 5th fret, I get too far up the neck on a soprano. So I moved it down to the 3rd fret. That's the joy of having bar chording, is you've got an instant transposition tool, you have movable chords. And so I moved it down to the 3rd fret and started out down there. Now, a friend of mine told me that Jim Beloff's book, the purple one, Ukulele Gems I believe it's called, has a chord solo of this song. I don't own the book. Any plagiarism that may seem there was unintentional. So also Jim, there's about a third difference on mine, I believe. His is much more efficient. His is much smarter. It stays down probably below the fifth fret, so it's much more down in this area where I slide way up here. It's much more up and down the fret. And so if you're interested, check out his book for a different arrangement. Otherwise, I do have an arrangement that I used the software at gochords.com, and I have that available on my website as well. If you want to print it out, it will then have chord diagrams to show you. I'm a very visual learner, so that helped me once I started playing it to be able to draw them out, and then I put them on a diagram. So when you download it, you'll actually have chord pictures to see what to bar and where to put your fingers. Hope that's helpful. One thing that would be very helpful too is if you don't have markers on the side of your neck of your uke, you may want to put some there. Otherwise, you'll be doing this trying to watch where your fingers are. Couple suggestions if you don't have dots on the side is maybe blue painter's tape that peels off easily and won't leave a mark. If you want to, you could use a Sharpie. That'll leave a mark there, but it'll help you remember where to put your fingers at, looking at it this way instead of craning your neck to look where your fret dots are. My other uke doesn't even have dots. It's got the herringbone inlay, but it has the side dots, and that's all I've gotten used to using. So there's a couple suggestions there. Hope you enjoy the chord solo of Ain't She Sweet, and that you might find it helpful to make those shapes. The hardest one to make so far for me is that E7 shape barred. As you notice, as I get up here, I kind of twist my hand to get it all in there. You kind of end up making a shape like this. But exercise will help you get good, strong contact with all the strings, and it'll help your playing.